So Charles Leclerc made a clean start in leading to the first corner after starting from pole, with Piastri clipping the hole into turn 1 and hitting the side pod of Carlos Sainz in the Ferrari. Damage was as a result of both cars, with Piastri retiring within the first lap and Carlos Sainz suffering huge damage to the car for the rest of the race. Checo did pass Leclerc at the end of the Kimo straight, going to the lead, and Norris fell behind after starting on mediums behind Stroll and Russell, and pardon force due to the high transport level of the Mclaren. So around lap 9, Carlos Sainz was already out of the top 10 due to damage on his car. Rain news started filtering in the paddock, and Max Verstappen was already passing Charles Leclerc for second place, with Checo Perez's teammate only 2.5 seconds ahead of him. Perez was first of the leaders to pit after stretching their opening stint, the lead cars that is, in the fear of oncoming rain. He pitted for the mediums, Max followed a lap later, with Charles Leclerc also following suit while battling Lewis Hamilton for third. George Russell, Pierre Gasly, Stroll all stayed out longer than expected, hoping to benefit from the oncoming rain should the need for intermediate tires be needed. With the cars now settling into the second stint on the medium tires, Max took the lead on lap 17 from Checo Perez. Charles Leclerc was still battling Lewis Hamilton for P3s, with the gap between those two hovering around 2 and 2.5 seconds. Lewis was followed by Alonso and Stroll at the time. So the rain did come around lap 19, but not enough to stop you from taking work outside, but enough for Max to use the F word while almost losing the car going up a rouge. So around lap 28, so most cars pit again for the next pit window, moving from the mediums or mediums onto the softs. Max was 10 seconds down the road from his teammate. Leclerc still battling Lewis for the P3 position, still that gap between 2 and 2.5 seconds. Still, Alonso, Russell was a one-stopper, Norris, Ocon, Stroll and Tsunoda were rounding off the top 10. So that's how pretty much the race remained for the top 10, with Max crossing the line 22 seconds ahead of his teammate Checo Perez. I mean, at this rate, Max can pretty much start from the back of the grid in every race, all the pit lane and still win. I mean, yeah, what else can you say? But yeah, another win for Red Bull, 1-2, crushing for the opposition. Alpine finally got both cars to finish a race, solid points for Ocon and Gasly finishing 11th. Alfa Romeos followed next with stable pace, reliable pace, not quick enough to get ahead of the midfield, but at least they were fighting amongst themselves and they wouldn't be discouraged by that. Albon followed next in the Williams. The Williams is brilliantly, quickly, fast in the straight line, but they suffered so much in the second sector due to their low downforce. This meaning that their car was sliding around more than the others, thus hitting their tires. So they were pretty much undone by their tire deck and being unstable around sector 2. Magnussen was next for team degradation, that's what I call Haas now, and they're expecting an upgrade in Zandvoort. Hopefully they'll actually be able to last more than 5 laps without losing their tires. Ricciardo followed him, solid race, undone by the deleted lap on Friday for qualifying, but still proves during the sprint race on Saturday that he has the pace to keep up with Yuki Tsunoda. Sargent won next, followed by Hülkenberg, with the two retirees being Carlos Sainz and Oscar Piastri due to the red incident at turn 1. So, the point standings just prove that Max Verstappen is like a gazillion points ahead of Checo, who is also a million points ahead of Alonso. The battle I see personally now is between Alonso and, say, Norris, judging by the recent pace of the McLaren for that spot in the Drivers' Championship. Other than that, the championship is done, guys. Constructors' Championship is no different from the drivers. Red Bull more than double points ahead of second place Mercedes, who I believe is fighting Aston Martin and Ferrari, possibly McLaren, for the second spot in the championship. But only halfway in the season, but both championships are done. Only football and the weather to keep us company until the next race, but in the meantime, I'll keep you updated and posting team reviews so far. And of course, remember guys to like, subscribe, share your views on the channel, and never forget to start your engine.